In this training, I'm going to show you how you can get your very first client under $150 in ad spend. Now, that might seem crazy to you, and obviously everybody's results are a little bit different, but we've been able to do this over and over and over again, and I'm going to show you how. Like, I'm not going to hold anything back. Now, here's something that's kind of interesting before we can get into that. There's two different kinds of leads. There's highly qualified leads that tend to be lower volume, and then there's high volume of leads that tend to be lower quality. Obviously, they can still be good quality, but it means you're going to get other stuff mixed in there. Which one do you think in the long run is going to make you more money? High quality, low volume? Lower quality, high volume? Well, you don't have to guess. We actually put it to the test, and we generated hundreds and hundreds of leads for one of our clients. Now, our client happened to be putting us in a competition against another company, iHeartMedia, you may know them, and they wanted to do lower volume leads, and they were going to try to boost their quality by using things like Google. Well, after the end of a 3-month run, we had generated just under 1,000 leads, between 850 and 1,000 leads, and they had generated maybe 100 leads. Who do you think actually got deals closed? We actually had deals closed, signed, sealed, delivered. None of their deals ended up closing, which I know sounds crazy, but you have to understand that the particular industry that we're in can have a longer sales cycle. So we thought, well, maybe it's just this industry. Well, how does this work for agency owners? So I started running traffic through a webinar. On the back end of that webinar, I would have them schedule. And we started driving traffic. And guess what? It cost us about $200 to $250 to get an appointment. Very first one I got, I closed, which is... it's understood. I'm just joking. But anyways, closed it. But at scale, we ended up paying roughly about $400 to acquire that client. Then we decided, let's run a Facebook lead form, which is like the easiest, most low intent lead, especially because it pre-fills data, fill up a pipeline, and just do tons of follow-up and see if we can land clients that way. Our client acquisition cost dropped to about $150. Isn't that crazy? Now, you might think, why is that? But it's because higher volume gives you just more chances to sell. So knowing that, we started teaching this to other agency owners in my student groups, etc., and we've seen great results from it. And I'm going to show you exactly what we do. So it all starts off with a Facebook lead form. However, the copy is where it's at. So I'm going to show you what to do in your copy here and what to do for your image, because it's a very specific kind of image and a very specific kind of copy. What you do is, in the copy, you want your headline to say serious inquiries only. So that sounds kind of crazy, serious inquiries only, but what it's doing is it's building a little bit of resistance right up in here, and now it feels more like an ad in a newspaper or an ad that you would see somewhere else, etc. Now, up here, you need something that polarizes. I'll share something that's worked really, really great for us, and I'll even put a picture of it right here so you can see it. It is an ad that looks like a news clip. Now, we're not telling them it's a news clip, we're just alluding to it. And I'm going to give one of my good friends, Luke Guy Martin, you should check him out, some credit here, because I saw his and I said to him, I was like, that kind of scammy to me. And he was like, well, it's getting extremely low opt-ins. This was for his course. And I was like, well, I would not do that for my course. And then I was like, but I might do it for my agency. So I did that, and I created one. I put it for my agency. And what I did is I literally just went on Canva. As you can see, I made it look like it. I took an image and I put some blocks in here so it looked like a news clip. And then I even put like the little scrolling thing down at the bottom. And it grabbed their attention. And this is generating leads. So then when they click on it, what happens is a form pops up, and that form gives them name, email, and phone number, and then they hit submit. Now on the back side of that, it takes them to a calendar. There's a thank you page that takes them to the calendar. Now, some people will book on the calendar, but not everybody will. But where we found the gold is that we send them into Lead Carrot, which is the amazing software. You can see a picture of it right here, and it is essentially the coolest automation CRM in the world. You got to try it out. And we have these different columns that we have them sending into. So what you want to do is have them set up this way. You have lead in, you have call attempt or reach out attempt, however you want, contact made, appointment booked, reschedule, and actually you want one more for one. So you can see what you actually have there. So what's going to happen is when this lead comes in, boom, it's going to go into leads in. But the magic happens in the two-way texting. So the second it hits this column, if you see here on the side here, I'll dub in a picture, you can see that there's an automation set up. And that automation is to send them a text message, and that text message is just simply going to say, hey, is this first name? Now, once it says, hey, is this first name, then what you do is they're going to reply back, yes, who is this? Or who's asking? Or they'll just say no. When they say, yes, who is this? Then that's when you can say, hey, my name's Ross from Lead Carrot. I saw that you just filled out a form inquiring. You're wanting to get their recognition. They came to you inquiring about how we're doing X and so forth. And then you're going to be able to get this conversation started. And then you just say, wondering when we can set up a time to talk. And then you can say, does this time talk? Does this time work? Does this time work? You start giving them times. Typically have them in mind. If you just say, what works for you, then they're not going to have something that works for them. But if you say, does Wednesday at 10 o'clock work? That's how we get better results. Then you can move them into appointment made. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of deals in this contact page. And what you do is either yourself or your assistant every day is going to go through and follow up on these and follow up on these. We've had people that after 8 times being followed up on convert into an appointment. It's this follow-up right here that is dropping our cost, because what's happening is this is just bringing in our ideal audience, and then our follow-up is where all of the gold is. If you just do this, you're screwed. If you do this and you add in the follow-up, that is where the gold comes in. Now, how can you guys learn more about this? Well, because we didn't talk about the actual ad copy or any of that. We didn't talk about doing this with LinkedIn ads. I'm crushing it with LinkedIn in-mail ads right now. There's so many things that you haven't learned. I'm going to make you guys an offer. Click the link below and join. Then go to the support tab. And if you've joined at the agency level, not the starter version, at the agency level, I will send you an entire $600 course absolutely free. Mind-blowing. It's literally my copy. It's me walking through all of that. If you would like that, click it below. Otherwise, if you think you can figure it out, click the link below anyways. You can sign up on the entrepreneur level and get started today. Guys, Lead Carrot is changing the game, and there's only a lot more where this came from. I look forward to being able to help you guys more. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.